thought you might enjoy a little clip I put together earlier before the show. Yeah, I started a little bit earlier, but I didn't know if all you were going to appreciate that. So I figured I'd make a little preview there. It's a little... so I think it's probably the closest you can get to sort of experiencing what it was like to be spoken to back then in ancient Greece. And to have this, you know, I've discussed before the idea that we learned to speak like birds and that we were taught through the faith of each other. I've argued oftentimes on this show that walking is a faith-based activity and that this walking would be impossible if we did not have enough propaganda to tell each other, you can do it, which is the theme today, this idea of gaslighting. This is a pretty profound, for me, this is a pretty profound way of looking at this because, quite frankly, I've never looked at this label from the position of power, from a position of power that I myself am going to have to claim to have in order to even discuss this with you. So, yeah, it should be an interesting discussion. Good to see everybody in the house. So we already got some just interesting behavior in the chat. I would say if we can just be patient, let everyone say what they need to say. we can move it into Airship afterwards. But we have relaunched the Airship on Dojo Earth. It's a separate channel. Would love for you to subscribe to that. Hopefully someone can put a link in the chat right now for others, but you should see a link hopefully down in the description or whatnot. And we've been posting our post show over there. I've just said a lot to all you people that are saying because you have autism, you're allowed to say that certain things I do bothers you. First of all, let me just say, dude, you don't need to explain that you're on the spectrum. You've heard me say 8K versus 4K. You know I see you. But everyone has the right to say that I'm annoying. You don't need a socially accepted form of spectrumosity to kind of put a little spunk in your step and type, hey, stop saying Here's the problem. How am I going to say umbilical cord? How am I going to do it? How am I going to say umbilical cord? How am I going to say right? How am I going to say... I can't think of a word that has the word in it. In fact, the only way I think I could come up with a word that has in it is to use the word several times. And I don't want to do that to you. I want the feedback. I'm curious. I just did it again. I'm waiting for it to go away. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to James 2 Live. It's Wednesday. Beautiful day out here today. I am gaining my my throat chakra has been, as you know, sort of going through some trouble. It's been the best it's been today. Some of you have been putting some suggestions in the comments. Thank you so much for that. Wolfman Jack here is not far away, but I'm not going to try and do that too much. But if I do cough, please forgive me. Trying my best not to cough. And I'm watching the uhs and the ums and the cuss words. Because why not? Why not? We're here to watch me juggle plates, am I not? If I can't juggle a plate, what are you doing here? What are you even doing here, right? So let's just get on with it, okay? First of all, I hate to bring this up. Really tired of talking about this guy. This guy in the purple, his name's, I'm just kidding. Really tired of talking about this guy, but I'm going to try and not say his name, too. This dude in the purple, looking boss, by the way, I really like his look a lot. He's got this whole rumble-dumble, but I still got time to go to Bojangles kind of look to him, you know? He's like, dude, even during a revolution, you always got time to eat. And he is riding a gas-powered four-wheeler and ramming that thing straight into the back of a Cybertruck. And he's got a little pump, I guess, in the back. He's got some, I don't know, is that Roman candles, maybe? He's got his gas can right in the front there. But let's give him props. He's probably environmental. It's probably bacon grease, probably used... You know what, guys? It's probably used French fry grease. Is probably what it is. But he is here, and we are giving him witness. And I frankly think he should get some. I think it's great. Not only do I think he should get witness, I want to remind you that anytime we want to declare that people shouldn't do this, it's going to make a buttload of people like this do this. And this logic we have that we can ban things by defining them in a code is really retarded to me. It really is. But the even bigger thing I want you to look at, my friends, is that Sawyer Merritt over here, who I no relation, this guy was arrested today. Let me do his voice. This guy was arrested today after ramming his mini four-wheeler into a Cybertruck. Little did he know that the Cybertruck has 1.8 million bulletproof stainless steel doors capable of taking some heavy hits. He was charged with 1 count of felony, criminal mischief, and failure to identify. Thank goodness to new domestic terrorism laws, I'm adding this part, but thank goodness new domestic terrorism laws will punish him to the maximum equality, and we will be safer knowing that domestic terrorism has been destroyed once again. But I'm still getting off track because truly the point here is this. This guy, little did he know the Cybertruck has 1.8 mm bulletproof stainless steel doors capable of taking some heavy hits, and it hit me today. Oh my God, my friends. Cybertruck was designed to be a target of domestic terrorism. Did you hear me? Cybertruck was designed to be a target of domestic terrorism. It was rolled out. Well, we talked about it here. Smelly McOlon threw a large steel ball bearing at the window, or his friend did. And we'll call him friend. That's fine. And it cracked the windshield, sort of embarrassingly. He would often report that this thing's built for a war. It's built for post-apocalypse. And I think you're looking at the system winking. I also think that the system is winking behind the winkers. Oh, this is, God, how do I tell you it's winks all the way down without you having to digest just how complex that would be? But it's winks all the way down. And the people that are winking in public may not necessarily be the ones that are actually behind the wink. Wink, wink. Is there any way that I could get this through to you without having to use words? Is there any way that we could bypass the inception of language and you just look at me and go, James, I know what you mean. This is right when I said that, the ice dropped. I don't know if you heard in the background. This is fate looking at you and me, and it's self-evident. A lot of stupid questions in the chat about, is my behavior good? It's self-evident, dude. If you got to ask, it's self-evident. And all of these things are the same. When we are looking at this concept, guys, it's self-evident. And if Musk is coming out designing a truck that's meant to be bulletproof, that's meant to be bashed, that's meant to be vandalized, and it's now in play, this is a system winking at you. This is a system utilizing the fool, and they're telling the fool that he's in on it, and the fool has no idea he's in on it, but they're telling the fool because he's in on it, so he's now going out in the public winking at you too. And the whole time, there's only, oh, look at that, only the AI, only Gaia and I see it, and you do too. You know this. Don't let the chat distract you. Don't let the currency of all the other bullshit get in the way of this simple point. You are being gaslit by the most powerful gaslighters that have ever been not seen. And they have gaslit the very people that are going to step in front of you, knowing that those people will independently gaslight you in their own unique way. And that in the monstrous journey that is their gaslighting you, an entire bureaucracy of many gaslighters will come in and finish gaslighting you about how important it is that you bring your taxes to this place. And then your family will be weaned off these gaslighters being gaslit by other gaslighters being gaslit by the great gaslighter in the sky, and that your own parents will be telling you things like, if you don't grow up, you're not going to get a good job. If you don't straighten that jib, you're not going to get a good parking space. And you're growing up in a world, you're watching the thing, it's not falling down, it already fell. It fell a long time ago. You're watching people that are trying to type sideways. They're in the office typing sideways. And they're asking you, how come you're so lazy? How come you're so lazy? They want to know. You see the way. Do you know why you see the way? Because it's self-evident. It's self-evident. The gaslighters, gaslighting the gaslighters, gaslighting the gaslighters, gaslighting the gaslighters, gaslit you in just enough to where you made it to this place. You found James True Live because of it. You made it to this place. And you know what? I got some news for you. You're a gaslighter too. It's probably a good time to leave. If you're like, I don't want to be a bad guy, this is the great time to leave. You better run. Run as fast as you can. Because I'm going to show you how to gaslight someone effectively, properly. The only way to do this. And so you're going to have to admit that this is you. And I'm going to walk you through the steps of what it takes to look yourself in the mirror and go, holy shit, this is me. I should have put these in better order, but we'll just get started. Each of us have an unconditional love zone constrained on 3 axes. You and I have heard the expression, oh, unconditional love is the only way to go. There's only such thing as unconditional love. Well, James, I believe in unconditional love, unlike you. Which is why you judge people, James, and I don't. And because I don't, I have nothing but unconditional love for everyone. And I'm just like, yeah, that is a lot of bullshit. But you're not wrong. You just haven't zoomed out enough. You haven't zoomed out enough. And this is what it is. There is a conditional zone that you and I call the unconditional love zone, and it is drawn for you in purple thanks to ChatGPT. It took me a while to explain to ChatGPT what I wanted it to do. We got in an argument about unconditional love, and then I was like, dude, I'm not putting anything of what you're saying in here because I don't want to hear the vernacular just regurgitate itself. Can you instead draw me 3 axes? The first axis is the belief in our potential. It is the x-axis. The second axis is Y, blue. It is the belief in our growth, although it's labeled green here, forgive me. The third axis is Z. It's the belief in our autonomy. Excuse me, I just coughed. I'm sorry. Welcome to James 2 Live. There is a midpoint, a threshold, and inside of this threshold forms a cube, and this cube is shown for you in purple. And it is inside this cube, my friends, that unconditional love exists. But that unconditional love is conditioned on 6 sides. Do you understand? And if you don't understand, you're about to. So buckle up your seatbelts. I'm just kidding. You don't have to wear seatbelts. It's fine. There's no turbulence today. First one is potential. I want you to know that if you believe in someone too much, they will no longer feel inspired. They will feel gaslit. They will blame you. Guys, we can't go around believing in people. Do you understand how mean that is? It's mean. James, why are you saying this? It's mean because you do not understand the psion strength of your fucking belief balls. Yeah, you got belief balls. You're like the Cyclone from X-Men, where no matter where you look, these beams are shooting out. They're just searing the whole place. They're just burning it through right there. And you're just like, oh, it's not my fault I have belief balls. My Pavlovian drool balls are too microific for you, they say. And yeah, they are. They're radiation. They're the radiation of your witness. It's just that powerful. You have the ability to knock someone off a bike. You have the ability to make a waitress drop a giant tray of food just by looking at her. You have the ability to cause traffic accidents. You have the ability to make someone cry. You have the ability for someone to suddenly doubt themselves. And all you did was show them your face. Blue steel. That's what you got. You got the power of Hades. You got the power of the unseen, and you can burn yourself into this plasmatic beam of possibility. You can believe in someone. And if you believe in someone too much, you're going to be called a gaslighter. My friends, you need to believe in someone just enough, okay? Just enough. So the next time you're out there, I can't believe I'm giving this advice, by the way, but the next time you're out there believing in someone, being all like, you can do it, I want you to fucking check yourself because you're hurting innocent people. James, are you high? Okay, first of all, I don't think legally I'm like high right now. Okay, so we'll just say that. I haven't been able to smoke in a long time. I've been trying, and I had a lot more luck today. So it's been a while. Let's just say I'm high. But this has nothing, guys, I've been high all the time. This has nothing to do at all with what we're talking about today. The potential is what I want to discuss with you. That you only want to believe in someone about 1 to 4%. You don't want to believe in someone 5, 6, 7%. If you do that, you're going to be a gaslighter. You're going to believe in them so hard that they're going to fall. And when they fall, they're going to blame you. And you may be able to accept the blame, but they also are going to have this permanent get out of working free card. It's a get out of jail free card. And it's got your face on it. And they get to walk around the world posting on the internet, oh, James Drew gaslit me. He gaslit me so hard. And well, here's what happened. He said I could do it. That's the first thing he did, is he looked at me and with his big, even though I know they're green, we still think they're blue. Well, he looked at me with his big blue eyes and he said, I believe in you. And so that's why I hate him. And I'm just fucking telling you, this is how it happens. This is how it happens because you believe too much. And if you waver that belief, if you change that belief, guys, you want to regulate, which means you want to see them where they're at and you want to believe just like 1 to 4% better than they are. Okay? Just a little bit. Now, you can keep doing that and you'll notice over time that they can ride their bike. This is how we learn to ride a bike. You know what happens? A fucking sociopath lies to you. That's how you learn to ride a bike. Are you sure, James? Are you sure this is? I do not remember. Yeah, you remember. You were fucking scapegoated, dude. You jacked into someone else's belief and you said, I want to ride a bike. And that person goes, yeah, you could do it. Of course you can do it. And they were straight up lying to you. They had no concept if you could do it. They had no clue. They didn't know your motor capabilities. They had no clue how your cerebellum had worked things out. They watched you try and hula hoop. They seen what you do when you drop your ice cream. You are 7 years old wandering around thinking you can ride a bike, right? But, you know, they're sociopaths, so they're going to put training wheels on there. They're going to tell you nothing's wrong is going to happen. They're going to assure you that no matter what happens, you're going to be safe. And they promise you the whole time this is going to work fine. They're straight up lying to you. They're gaslighting you. And you know what? This is a sacrifice they make. The sacrifice they make because they know if you fail, you get to scapegoat them. But they also know if you make it, they might remember that you're their mentor. And that feels good. Feels good to be the mentor, right? Feels really good. So it's a gamble for them as much as it's a gamble for you. And what's really happening when you're learning to ride a bike is you are jacking yourself into the belief of a gaslighter who's promising you that he won't let go. And you know what? He let go. That dude let go. He can't run that fast. He can't run that fast. And as you're riding your bike, shaking all crazy, he's like, I still have you. I still have you. He doesn't have you. He doesn't have you at all. This is straight up manipulation. Who would do such a thing? Who would do such a thing? And this is truly how it works. This is why I believe walking is a faith-based activity. Someone who's never done it before is going to be told by someone who maybe has accidentally, or even worse, someone who's just fucking crazy. And they're going to say, yeah, you can walk, sure. Yeah, you can fly, you can walk on water. And if we ever learned how to do this, this is how it would work. It would work like this. See, the thing is that none of us want to say that we would ever be a gaslighter because a gaslighter is a specific thing. And the reason why it's a specific thing is because you've only known the word gaslighter from underneath. You've only known the word gaslighter from you in the context of I'm the dude trying to ride a bike. Several years ago, I started a dojo here. A series of Zoom meetings where we were providing witness on the mat. I gave certain people the role of mod, and they sort of became in charge of the group. One of these people, we'll call him Nick, he really went with it. Took over his entire life, became his entire psyche. And next thing I know, he's planning an underground commune in New Mexico. He's like sending invitations to people under the table. He's taken the group and met, and they're calling it the Anti-James True Group. And it's like the Vitriol Sandwich Show, and they're doing all this other stuff. And there's like real cold stuff going on in this place. And as the cold thing's happening, I'm just watching him because I'm frankly impressed that he was able to get this far. But more so, I'm watching the lessons of everyone else being gaslit by him. And I'm just watching. Do you know why I'm watching? It could be because I'm cruel. It could be because I'm a sociopath. Let's just say those things. I'm cruel, I'm a sociopath, and I'm a psychopathic. And I trusted all those people as adults. I thought that all those people that were going to go out to Mexico and find out that there's a reason why it's kind of deserty out there, and that you can't just like dig a well in the middle of nowhere and then expect to plant like a farm you'd find in Kentucky, stuff like that. And I don't step in earlier because these are autonomous adults making autonomous decisions, and this is how we learn. But I'm gaslighting all of them. I'm gaslighting all of them because I believed in them and I should not have. Do you understand? They want to blame me for believing in them when I should not have. They feel that if I would not have believed in them, that this wouldn't have happened. And they're right. It's actually accurate to say that. You see how this works? So it's not even a problem to call this. I've been arguing that parasitic relationships are actually much more ubiquitous and important than we want to admit. And we don't want to admit them because of the tentacles. And I think one of the reasons why we don't want to admit them because of the tentacles is that we are not willing to look at gaslighter outside of ourselves the way that I'm telling you this right now. The way that, oh, thank you, New Jupiter. The other critique on the spectrum was people were just saying there was certain meter in my tone, probably, if I do this with my hands, that's probably annoying someone. And I'm just doing it now to kind of show what I mean. So it's stuff like that, but I appreciate it. So if you can look at gaslighter as you looking at yourself, the same way I've tried to teach you to look at charlatan as someone who's not trying to trick you. A charlatan is someone who wants to feel that they are helpful more than they want to feel that they are accurate. And so the gaslighter is someone that simply believes in someone, and that's kind of hard to argue that they would do that falsely. They're generating placebo. They're giving it through the eyes. They're placing it into the spine of the person they want to see on the bike, and they're saying, go, you can do this. And they know if they did not give that to them, these people would not be able to learn on their own. And there's a whole congregation of hyenas saying you should never do that no one should ever believe in anyone, and that you cannot influence anyone else in the world, and that nothing you say will ever change anyone else in the world. And those people don't know how belief works. They think that they're allowed to live in atheism as if atheism wasn't its own religion, but it is its own religion. So your belief becomes a mortal responsibility. It becomes a deep, mortal and moral responsibility, and you can't get away from it because you cannot shut your eyes forever. You're just going to bump into things, and as soon as you open your eyes, flowers are going to grow. And you're going to be like, fuck, I just grew flowers on the side of this wall. And you're going to look at people's butts, and flowers are going to grow on them. And they're going to be like, hey, you're putting flowers on my butt. And you're going to be like, I know, I'm sorry. Now I'm looking at your face, and there's flowers all over it. And it's the same thing repeats. So we just insist it doesn't happen. But what if you could insist that it does? What if you could realize that if you want someone to grow, that you too are taking a chance because you are cohabitating with their belief? That when someone parasites into your belief, that not only is it okay, you're learning a lesson too, because you're learning how to regulate. That you're an areole of consciousness just like they are, and you want to believe in that areole with 1 to 4% more belief. This is how you would be delicate with your consciousness, isn't it? Now you probably know that in order for you to be delicate, you're going to have to learn how to use deceit. Oh. This is why most can't do this. Most would come out blindly like me, and I would believe in everyone to their maximum potential, and so I would gaslight everyone all around me. I booted someone Saturday or Friday, and he posted that I was a sociopath, a narc sociopath, for doing it. And I really put my time and thought into it, and it's part of it is in this stream. I think he's right. I believed in that guy. I believed that he could listen. I believe he could take a correction from his elder, frankly, someone who's 20 years older than him, who's just fucking seen some things, that's all. And then I thought that something as simple as me telling him the truth would be enough for him to handle, and I was wrong. I gaslit him. In his only defense, the only way he can cover that wound is to call me a name. And you know what? My belief in him comes with the get-out-of-jail-free card that he gets, the coupon voucher that he gets to call me that name. Do you see how this works? This is why we don't apprentice. This is why we don't protege. This is why you don't see journeyman a lot, because it's frankly too expensive to enter into this place. We'd rather have a company with an HR department or human resources or, God forbid, an academia structure that you go into. That way there's insurance companies and people are liable for things, and there's only certain course hours, then you got to get the fuck out, and it's a whole different arrangement. The sharpest thing you could do today is realize that you're the gaslighter. To realize that not only are you the gaslighter, but you could be better at it. That you could be better at gaslighting right now. What is the difference between codependency and sociopathy? Let's say that you're the lead in a relationship, and women can be leads, men can be leads. It really depends on the relationship. Frankly, most of the time it's the women leading. They're typically the managers. The male's the assistant manager. So whoever's leading has the potential to gaslight the other, and whoever's not leading has the potential to be codependent. It's a dance. It fits in a little box. A conditional box we call unconditional love has a spectrum of autonomy, And that spectrum of autonomy, if you go outside of that box on one side, you're going to love too hard and be called codependent. And if you go outside the box on the other side, you're going to love too soft and be called sociopathic. Is this unconditional love? No, it's not. This is just one axis. Let's add the codependent and the sociopathic axes to another axis, being inspired or being gaslit. So if someone believes in you too much, if they believe too much in your potential, think about that word potential as in hertz, as in energy. If they open their circuit and give you too much potential, instead of you feeling inspired, you will feel gaslit. The same as if you change your potential in the midstream, or if they change their appetite and you do not change fast enough, the exact same thing will happen and you will be knocked out of the conditional, unconditional love zone. This is all true. I realize it's oxymoronical, but oxymoronical is how the universe works. We have a conditional shell harboring an unconditional love zone. This is the holy of holies. So let's understand it from both sides. Let's look at this from not only being the victim of these things, but also being the perpetrator. James, I don't want to be a perpetrator. Be a perpetrator. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. I believe in you. This is a joke. I mean, I do believe in you, but I hope you get how funny that is. That I'm trying to call you a perpetrator, and I'm telling you that I believe in you. So I'm gaslighting you into admitting you're a gaslighter. See how this works? This is profound magic, my friends. Chef's kiss for the magic that you see. The only way you can see yourself clearly is when everyone disagrees. I would say that most of us go through life and we never have this luxury. Frankly, it's too terrifying. It's so terrifying we cannot afford the luxury of finding the room where everyone disagrees. Looking for the deprivation tank where everyone disagrees is a sacred space. You cannot create it. The reason why you cannot create it is because people will lie to you about whether or not they disagree with you. They will tell you they disagree even when they do because they need to punish you from the group. They will tell you that they agree with you simply because they are too afraid of losing your belief. They jack into your belief and feel obligated to fucking lie to you in order to keep it. So everyone is gaslighting everyone else on the tensor array. Every single person is locked in to the idea that if I fail, I'm going to blame you for believing in me. If you could see this, if more people could see this, we would rise up 10,000 feet. We would shoot straight into this higher realm. And it'd be a place of little turbulence and a lot of aurora borealis, just some of the most brilliant plasma lighting up the space. We're going to this place. We're finding the nectar to believe ourselves this high. And the only thing holding us back is a bunch of people that are complaining that everyone's being gaslit. You're being gaslit because you're a noble gas. You belong up there. And the only way that we can get you to rise is to agitate the shit out of you. Does chemistry disagree? No, it doesn't. Chemistry's right now going, like, subscribe, hit bell, for whatever the bell does, right? Koyo Shaokui. That's why you hit the bell, but that's another episode. So you raising your standards will earn you the label of gaslighter too. So why raise your standards? The second you raise your standards, everyone that was around you, you're going to notice you now have new boundaries. That's what happened Saturday with my friend. I told him, dude, you're not good at listening. I need you to consider not talking again. And that was a boundary he could not keep. Therefore, I was gaslighting him. Why was I gaslighting him? Because for a long, long time, I allowed him to be a poor listener around me. It's my fault. I'm not telling you it's my fault in like a dismissive way. I'm telling you this is what got me to this place. I understand the gaslighter in me because I raised my threshold for that person. I said, hey, you know what? I'm tired of you being a poor listener. I need you to be a poor listener, a better listener from now forward, or don't talk. And the answer is that's unacceptable. It's unacceptable because of the curmudgeon-y man principle. We've talked about this before, but you can be a curmudgeon man as long as you're consistent. People will love you. You can wear crazy ass shit. You can not wear pants sometimes. If you're curmudgeon-y enough, you can get away with that as long as you do one thing, and that's be consistent. Because people will find comfort in the consistency, and the consistency allows them to harbor this idea that you're not one of them because you're not changing. Therefore, you're safe. So the matrix they have on who they can trust is really just the people that are too lazy to move. And the ones that are inspiring you are the bad people because they're gaslighting you. And when you see this, you see everything. Every facet in this place lights up like a crystal, and you understand why all the propaganda is there. You start to see it as one of the most kindest things government's ever done is to allow this matrix of propaganda to exist, and they're not coming and killing people, insisting everyone has to tell the truth. Government knows it would never work that way. So I'm not saying government's good, but I'm saying it's a beautiful, beautiful idea that nature is not trying to take that away from you. Your ability to be fooled is your ability to develop immunity. You can be in the room with something that's too hard to see and simply lie to yourself to remove it from your perspective. You can gaslight yourself better than the meanest narc could ever gaslight you. And this is the power I want you to see. I'm not here to shame you for this. I'm here to show you how to lie better. I'm showing you how to be a better gaslighter. So you raising your standards will earn you the label of gaslighter. So good. Good. Watch what it feels like to have someone post on Facebook that you're a sociopath. Because when you read it, the first time you read it, you're going to be really upset because you don't have enough selfness to handle that. You're still majoritarian. You're still locked in the idea that your identity is everyone else. So when you see someone else bashing you in front of everyone else, you're absolutely right to be hurt because your identity is based on everyone else's look at you. But when you remove the hood ornament, or better yet, leave the hood ornament there, but simply put your attention into the driver's seat, you notice that there's a different center and that you can see everything from this other place. All of your instruments are here. Everything makes a lot more sense. And this is the realm of the narc, the sociopath, the gaslighter, because these are people that are in charge. These are people that have power. Narcissism is the struggle to see one's own tentacles. If you could see your own tentacles, you'd find them disgusting at first, but then you'd see why they were necessary, and you'd fall in love with yourself all over again. Sam, so you're saying a tentacle? Yeah, you could go there if you want, but don't. I'm saying that the moment that you understand that most of the behavior that you exhibit in the world is you placing your tentacles around everyone else too, that we are squeezing each other's necks, ensuring that we don't believe in each other too much, and ensuring that we never change our own perspective and our own boundaries too much. So we are symbiotically enslaved by each other's tentacles. And I'm telling you, this is a beautiful thing. This is what's keeping us together. This is a lesson for you. The reason why Narcissus is obsessed with himself in the mirror is not because you shouldn't look at yourself in the mirror, not because you shouldn't be over-obsessed with yourself in the mirror. It's because look in the mirror. Tell yourself you love yourself. This is actually how you understand this archetype. If you're looking at yourself in the mirror, you're seeing everything. You're not asking someone else, how do these pants look on me? You know exactly how they look on you, don't you? So Narcissus is only an evil creature for the ones that do not want to see. Narcissus is a good guy for those that want to see. So you want to see Narcissus in yourself. You don't want to banish this archetype ever. This archetype is one of the most important archetypes you'll ever find because it's showing you the facets to the center of the crystal. It's showing you the center of you. And the only way you could find the center of you is to leave the academy of them. And the only way you could leave the academy of them is through the portal of the label Narcissus. And that you're the only one that embraces Narcissus by going inside the tent. And once you go inside the tent, you found home. And your home is living inside the evilest label that you ever knew. And this is how a hermit is safe. This is how you navigate the world. You just found your own skin. This is a beautiful place to be. This is a sacred space to be. This is the secret to everything. Because once you master the narcissist of the tentacles, you start to master everything. And it's kind of boring after a while. You're just like, wow, this is a little bit easy. Yeah. It really is that easy. But it does take a little bit of heavy lifting to look in the mirror and do this. It really does. But it's not that hard. It's only because you've associated in other people's opinion of you is what it is. The narc, the gaslighter, and the sociopath all share the same belief. These are people in power who believe you have power too. Do you understand this? If you were to interview the narc, the gaslighter, and the sociopath, they would all believe the same thing. They would believe that there was more in you than what you thought was in you. So who are the ones that are bringing you the gifts of the newborn king? Who are the three magi that are bringing you the gold, the frankincense, and the myrrh? Frankincense is scraped from the tree as it screams in the dawn, as the heavy salt winds blow into its open sores, turning the frankincense, this molasses-type substance, into this golden, emberous gravy of pain. So it's bringing you these gifts that you feel are wrong, but it's the most valuable gifts in the world once you understand what this means, that you are this newborn king, and this is the only way you can be born. It's the only way that you can get to that place. So how do you be a gaslighter? The prerequisites are simple. You have to have the ability to influence. And you have to have the ability to believe. If you can influence someone, you're a gaslighter. If you can believe in someone, you're a gaslighter. Raise your hand if you've ever influenced someone. If your hand's up, raise your other hand if you've ever believed in someone. The reason why your hand's up is because you are guilty of being a gaslighter. Congratulations. You're not a victim at all. You're a perpetrator just like me. You're a Luciferian. What is a Luciferian? Someone who gaslights people who do not believe in themselves. So you're no longer a victim, you're the enemy. You're this invisible creature that everyone has assigned this label enemy. And for the very first time, you get to see what it's like to be on the other side of your finger because you become the keeper of the sacred blame. You become the capacitor for the hatred of someone else because you were apprenticing them too. You were taking them across to the other side. And the only way you can do that is to hold the power for them until they get there. How do you hold the power for them until you get there? You let them call you names. You take the witness of the horrible names they're calling you and you place them in a sacred box called the keeper of the sacred blame because you know you were there before. And you're absorbing this information on their behalf because you're gaslighting them now too, because you believe in them when they don't. You are so generous right now. This is one of the kindest things you can do is to allow the label to stick, to find a place where that label can stick with validity and press the name tag deeper into your jacket that says, "Hi, my name's a narcissist." You can't do this in a smart-ass way. That's why hyena language just will always fuck this up, guys. Stop talking in tongues. Stop twisting your fucking words. If you can spend 7 months not twisting your words, then when you're telling someone, excuse me, that, pardon me, when you're telling someone that that's accused you of being a sociopath and you can agree with them, they're stunned because they're not used to you using hyena language, and so therefore they're not expecting it, and you're not using it now. So this will be the only way you could tell the truth, is for 6 months to wash your tongue out with soap every time you pull hyena shit. Every time you say one thing and mean another. You're ruining it for everyone else, and you're failing yourself as a gaslighter. The gaslighters were the people that turned darkness into light. They made it safe to wander through the streets of Rome. Do you know who the gaslighters' biggest enemy were? Rapists, thieves, and outlaws. Hyena. Hate gaslighting. Do you understand now? It's simpler than you think. And when you keep the sacred blame in the box, you power up because you are no longer listening to the crowd lapping their approval on you as if they didn't just wipe their hands on their own ass as they're applauding for you now. And once you notice where their hands have been, you don't want their applause. You see zero value in numbers. And when someone tells you how little you are because you lack the amount of viewers to see, remind them that those viewers are wiping their ass every day with their fingers and pressing like on that video that you think is better because it has more views on it. I found myself in the fact that all these narcs, all the people that I would see in the same kind of light back when I had that view, were insisting that I was irrelevant, because it made me realize, fuck yeah, this is the only place I can find clean hands that will clap for me. Create a natural boundary, a natural filter on this place simply by throwing streams out like this. This stream burns. The hyena. The hyena's burning when he watches this. I'm defueling and decoupling every single gasoline part that they thought was going to get them further, because they're noticing, fuck, I can't fly on this thing. He just justified what it's like when someone believes in me. And you start to see the corporal punishment that's thrown out that we socially support through programs. What is a narcissist? Someone who calls you bad names? That's what a narc is. A narc is someone who uses a label to dehumanize you, right? So a narcissist is someone who takes a label and uses it to dehumanize you, which means everyone that's calling someone else a narcissist is a narcissist by definition. What's a malignant narcissist? Someone who convinces you that you can heal as long as you learn to call someone else a narcissist. And then they put that program on social media. That's the definition of a malignant narcissist. So behind the very medicine that is to heal is the very poison that makes it work. And I just described to you how all medicine works. It's not broken. This is how medicine works. The first snake goes in and it tells you everything you want to hear. The second snake comes out and takes away the things that were bullshit. And you needed that bullshit because you wouldn't have put that tongue you wouldn't have put their tongue in your skin. You wouldn't have taken that snake and put it in your skin without a whole bunch of bullshit that goes along with it. So the medicine gaslights you too. It should gaslight you too, because you want your immune system to be spiked. This is why we go around poisoning ourselves on purpose. We want to poison ourselves because poison is how we invoke change. That's not how medicine works, James. Not natural medicine. I'm like, oh yeah, like ayahuasca? You don't think that's poison? You don't think DMSO or DSMO is poison? You don't think that's poison? Is that where we're at now? You don't think turpentine is poison? Really? Is that where we're going now? Because medicine is medicine is medicine. And if it's good, it's going to have two prongs. One's going to be poison. One's going to be the realization, holy fuck, I just poisoned myself. Let the healing begin. And it does. It works. What do you think a narcissist is? Same thing. The vampire has two claws. The first claw is the truth. The second claw is the lie. And the sucking sound is you realizing that you fell for it. This is why they have no reflection. They're removing the narcissist from the scene. They're allowing you to live in an undead world where there's no such thing as narcissism because you're the good guy living in internal victimhood as you suck your own life out of everyone else, describing how you fell for such things. What is this game, Pin the Tail on the Donkey? Do you realize how old this medicine is? We pick a sacred goat to serve as a scapegoat, and we push that goat off the cliff. And we have a game called Pin the Tail on the Donkey, where all of us blind each other and walk around with a donkey tail to declare one of us a jackass. And whichever one ends up with the tail when we turn the lights on is the scapegoat. Isn't this what a narcissist is? Well, my narcissist is worse than your narcissist. No way, man. My narcissist is so much worse than your narcissist. My narcissist is the narcissist of all your narcissists. So clearly we're the Jews of this place. And you end up with this Yahweh narcissism on Instagram. It's called responsibility. Excuse me for coughing. I was trying to make it. It's called responsibility. It's called training wheels. It's called, hey, can you teach me how to ride a bike? And the narcissist says, yes, I will do this. And we exchange get out of jail free cards, and here we are. And what does the narcissist ultimately do? It teaches you empathy, because once you can understand that you're the narcissist too, you understand how important you are to the village, and you have your own Hawthorne moment. You have your own experience of what it's like to be the very person that you used to do the same thing to. And this is where now you're learning, bitch. Now you're ready. You're ready to fly now. Because you start to tap into, if we can round them all up, we'd all live in peace. And you know for a fact that's not the case, because you just find the next narcissist. You just find the next narcissist. It takes you becoming the narcissist before you see this. Which is why you got to own that label. It's one of the proudest badges you will have. And the next time someone calls you a narcissist, you can nod your head and you can take what they just said and use it to find even other different facets of the same butt crack. And you learn. I've learned so much from this because someone called me a narc sociopath on Saturday. I've learned. If he's listening, Tom, I'm sorry I believed in you so much. I wish I would have. Tom, I'm sorry I believed in you so much. I wish that I wouldn't have believed in you about 20 times less. And if I would have believed in you just 1 to maybe 3%, I think we'd still be friends. And I'm sorry. That's my fault. I'm correcting that as I go forward. And why? Because I want to regulate. I want to see how successful I am. I want to see if I can raise the room without anyone noticing. That sounds devious, James. I know. I want to be devious. I want to be devious as shit. I've already been called all the other names. All I want is to see how high we can get. And hey, if everyone's just doing it naturally, if everyone's like this and I'm just like, and then I go back to normal and everyone's like, oh, okay, and then I go, again, and everyone goes, I'm having fun. No one notices. No one wants to put an altimeter on their own spot. That's fine. You know why? They'll call me a gaslighter. And I'll be, yeah, I'm a gaslighter. Look at the Aurora Borealis. Look at it. Look how beautiful it is. This is where we want to be, above the turbulence, I say. So yeah, that's the show. Hope you enjoyed it. We're going to airship now. We got about 6 minutes. Give me enough time to take a break. But if you want to join us, you can join Patreon. If you're coming in the airship, you're going to have to, there's some new non-rules around the place. Moderator gets to decide how it goes. But short fuse today. Seen a lot of interesting bogeys. However, we will be uploading that. So if you can't make it into Patreon and can't join us there, by the way, you can join. And if you've never been, if you just want to listen, you can do that for probably 1 or 2 episodes, I think. But you need to listen to their mods. I could be lying to you. It's really their room. It's really their thing. So, but I hope you enjoyed this episode. Hope you enjoyed James True Live. Hope you can join us on Patreon. We'd love to put another month of shows on. So if we can have you join the next 3 or 4 days, that would really, really help us get to the next spot. So thank you so much for watching Day True. We'll see you next time.